Noriko Matsubara is a Japanese artist, illustrator, author, and mother of 2 children based in the northeast of England. She loves creating children's books, cartoons, and Japanese art. Her children's book series, Bocchi and Pocchi, has been published in the UK and translated into 6 languages. She's recently worked with the BBC for their children's Storytime app. Noriko started her career as a Japanese language teacher, but through meeting people during her travels, she discovered her true passion and decided to follow it. Noriko runs Japanese art workshops to help people be absorbed in their creativity and express themselves in new ways. Her automatic drawing course is her brand new course. It's a simple but powerful tool that helped Noriko find her true passion. With this taster session, Noriko hopes you will enjoy the freedom of automatic drawing and the process of tapping into your subconscious. Noriko's will be one of, if not the first of our workshops that we'll be offering at a discount to our Consciousness Connects members in a few weeks' time. So if you enjoy today and you'd like to explore more automatic drawing with her very soon, be sure to let us know. If not at the end of the session, obviously you know where to find us, but yeah, definitely give us a wave if you're up for that. Noriko, lovely to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Kirsty. Thank you for that lovely introduction and for inviting me to the summit. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my session. I'm so excited to share my topic today, automatic drawing. You might be wondering, what is automatic drawing? So automatic drawing is about exploring the subconscious. It was developed by the Surrealists, and they were very interested in the idea of the subconscious mind. The purpose of the automatic drawing is it was to tap into the subconscious mind. And the reason why it's called automatic drawing is because the idea was to not think too much about what you're drawing, but just allow for the drawing to automatically create itself. The artists who use this technique includes Salvador Dali, Joan Miró, Joan Miró, and more. And you can see the influence of automatic drawing on Picasso's work and abstract expressionist work like Jackson Pollock's strip paintings. So I want to share some examples of automatic drawing. Let me share the screen. Oh, it says you cannot share the screen while the other participant is sharing.
Try now. Sorry, my mistake.
Okay. I hope you can see well. All right. So this is a work by Masson. He was a pioneer of automatic drawing. And this was done by Salvador Dali, one of the great surrealist artists of the 20th century. And this is Jean Arp's work, famous German-French sculptor, painter, poet, and abstract artist. And Joan Miró, he's my favorite artist, one of the most famous Spanish artists of the 20th century. He created interesting automatic drawings influenced by Masson and other surrealist artists. His creations were never non-objective, but he was always trying to dismantle the notion of representation. One of the endeavors he took to avoid representative art was by adopting the method of automatic drawing. And this is Paul Klee's work. I love his art. He was a Swiss-born German artist and widely influential modernist painter. He taught at Bauhaus alongside Kandinsky. Bauhaus is a school of design, architecture, applied arts that existed in Germany in the early 90s. And one of his lessons at the Bauhaus was letting a line go for a walk. So an active line on a walk, moving freely without goal. I love this lesson. Having no expectation and no goal is an important element in automatic drawing. And this is a color painting of Paul Klee. And next one is automatic drawing by Jackson Pollock. He was an American abstract expressionist, and he is famous for his drip paintings. And I'm gonna read Jackson Pollock's statement about his work. When I am in my painting, I'm aware of what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm not aware of what I'm doing. It is only after a sort of get acquainted period that I see what I have been about. I have no fear of making changes, destroying the images, because the painting has a life of its own. I try to let it come through. It is only when I lose contact with a painting that result is a mess. Otherwise, there is pure harmony, an easy give and take, and the painting comes out well. And next one, well, she's not the surrealist artist. Well, she's not considered as a surrealistic artist. But in my automatic drawing workshop, I also talk about the spiritual and the medium mystic artists who work with spirits. So today I will just introduce one artist here, Georgiana Houghton. Georgiana Houghton was a medium in the Victorian time. She worked at the height of a Victorian craze for spiritualism, communicating with the dead, at the seance. So this drawing looks like a combination of automatic drawing and writing. I am more comfortable with automatic drawing than writing, but you might find it more comfortable to incorporate writing in the automatic drawing if it works for you. And for Georgiana Houghton, the spirits of the dead guided her hand when she drew. So all her cosmic design, all her cosmic design, sorry, I lost the slideshow. All her cosmic designs are spirit drawing made by the hand of Georgiana, but it was created by the spirit of the dead working through her. Okay. So I hope the examples was intriguing for you and to start looking at the automatic drawing. Now, I would like to talk about my own experience about automatic drawing. So how automatic drawing helped me find my passion and led me to walk on my own art path. So when I was a child, I loved drawing, and I was always in my fantasy world. I loved drawing manga. I wanted to be a manga artist in the future. But every time when I talked to my parents about it, they didn't like it. Especially my dad got so grumpy and said, oh, you can't make a living by drawing pictures. It's so not realistic. And you even don't have the talent for it. So, well, I was sad that my parents didn't like what I loved, but I was still drawing manga secretly, hiding from my parents. My parents taught me it is very important to have a stable life. So, well, my parents are both civil servants. They were saying, oh, being a civil servant is an excellent choice for my life. Teachers are usually civil servants in Japan. And they were saying, oh, you will be a good teacher. And it will be stable for me. So I was still drawing, but by the time I finished high school, I started believing that I'm not talented and it is not realistic for me to be an artist. So I decided to practice art as a hobby. And I went to university to learn education recommended by my parents and teachers. So I went to university, but while I was there studying education, I got so interested in journalism. So instead of becoming a teacher, I took a job interviews with TV stations and newspaper companies. Since I was a child, I had a vague notion that I wanted to do something for world peace. But, well, I decided to be a journalist. I was very excited about my future vision, creating documentaries and writing an article to influence people to make the world to be a better place. But I failed all the job interviews. Well, I got so lost. I didn't know what to do. Well, I was very mad at God, if there was a God. But after a while, I was able to get myself back and started thinking positively. And I thought, maybe this is a good chance for me to do something that I've always wanted, which was going abroad. So I started working and saved up some money and went to Ireland. Ireland was so beautiful and people were beautiful too. And while I was there, I met somebody and I fell in love. So when I went back to Japan, my mind was set to go back to Ireland again. But I didn't have money or visa to stay in Ireland. So I was wondering, what can I do to go to Ireland? Then I thought, I studied teaching Japanese as a second language at university. So that became useful. I decided to be a Japanese language teacher and registered myself as a teacher with an organization that sent Japanese teachers to various parts of the world. So I went there and I said, I want to go to Ireland. But unfortunately, there was no vacancy for Japanese teacher in Ireland at that time. So they told me I have to wait until the following year, then I can go. So I got the temping job for the time being. But one day I had a phone call from the organization office and they said, would you like to go to Lebanon? And I went, Lebanon? In the Middle East? It's not Ireland. The story goes, the ambassador of Japan to Lebanon got in touch with an office and he asked them to send a Japanese teacher to Lebanon. So according to him, the Prime Minister of Lebanon contacted him and asked him to send a Japanese teacher to a university in Lebanon. That university was a new university founded by the Prime Minister himself. So when I heard that story, I thought, wow, that's a rare opportunity. And I opened the world map and found out Lebanon was closer to Ireland than from Japan. So for that simple reason, I said, yes, I'm going to Lebanon. But this decision I made was a turning point of my life. Because in Lebanon, I met people who changed my direction of life. Oh, the time. Okay, thank you, Kirsty. So I went to Lebanon and started teaching at the university. But while there, I had an opportunity to teach Japanese at the Japanese embassy in Beirut. And one day when my class was over, 2 students came to me and said they were art students and they were making film for their graduation work. And they asked me, would you like to take part? Would you like to take part in our filmmaking? And I thought, oh, I've never been in film. Sounds very exciting. So I said, yes, I will. So I started getting involved in their filmmaking, and I got to know a group of art students. And looking at them, I was really, I was feeling, oh, I wish I could be like them. They were so passionate of what they are doing. And I wanted to go to art school, but even I tried it, I gave up. So I was looking at them, wishing I could be them. I was enjoying teaching Japanese in Lebanon, but something was missing in my life. I felt deep down inside I wasn't fulfilled and something wanted to come out, but I was suppressing it. Then I experienced a heartbreak. Well, I had a plan to go to Ireland after my contract finished in Lebanon. So when there were only a few months left in Lebanon, my boyfriend, Irish boyfriend, decided to leave me. I was so lost because, well, I planned all my future around him. I decided to be a Japanese teacher because I wanted to be with him in Ireland for the first place. So I just was so shocked and lost, and I couldn't feel anything for a while. I was numb. But then one day, all of a sudden, all my senses came back and I have to deal with my emotion. But I wasn't able to express this overwhelming emotion in words. So I just took paper and pencil and started scribbling so violently. And I just kept doing it over and over again. And I started feeling a bit lighter. So from that day on, I just kept drawing every day. Well, you can't even say drawing, it was scribbling. Well, now I think of it, it was an automatic drawing, but I didn't know there was such a thing. I was just scribbling and letting my emotion go through the drawing. So at the beginning, my scribbling was so violent and messy, but it gradually started getting gentler and taking shape. And through this drawing every day, I came to the realization that this is what I wanted to do in my life, doing art. So this was a moment I reconnected with my passion. But if I follow my passion, my parents won't be happy. They would be disappointed, but I didn't want to make them disappointed. I wanted them to be happy. So I could choose a path that they wanted me to walk on. I could be a school teacher in my hometown, which will make them happy. But what will be left for me when my parents pass away in the future? Would I blame them for not doing what I wanted? Would I regret my decision? I didn't want to live like that. I wanted to be responsibility. I wanted to take responsibility for my life. So I decided to take a risk and follow my passion and pursued my dream. So I decided to walk on the art path. So that was my experience of how automatic drawing helped me connect with my passion and led me to walk on my own path. So now this is your time to try automatic drawing. Before, I wanted to ask you if you have a pencil or pen and paper. All right. Yay. So I want to share music with you. Let me. Okay. Before I share the music, let's do a very short centering exercise, which takes just 30 seconds. Okay. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Bring to your mind number 3, 3 times. 3, 3, 3. Your body is now relaxed. Bring to your mind number 2, 3 times. 2, 2, 2. Your mind is now relaxed. Bring to your mind number 1, 3 times. 1, 1, 1. Now you are in your center. Take another deep breath. When you are ready, open your eyes. Hey, now pick your pencil. You can use either your dominant hand or non-dominant hand. If you think you have too much control on your dominant hand, I recommend you to use a non-dominant hand. So I just want you to have fun with it. No control, no expectation, just play around. And you don't even need to look at paper. You can just look at screen if you want to. So the music lasts about 4 minutes. So let's try for 4 minutes. Let me share the music. You feel okay? Right. So draw as long as you can without stopping. Be experimental. Try different ways to hold your pencil. You can hold it at the end of the pencil or hold it towards front. Be open to the direction takes you to. Remember, no control, no expectation. And the most important thing is to play. Just have fun with it. If you want, you can even close your eyes. I'm using my dominant hand, but let's see, I will swap and see if I prefer this way. Hey, it's been 4 minutes or 5 minutes. Okay, now, would you like to share your drawing if you would like to? Oh, wow. Celeste, is that how I pronounce your name, Celeste? Lots of swirly. Wow, Kirsty.
It's Celeste.
Woman. Celeste. Celeste.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting line making. Ah. And Kirsty, you've got the more representational figure. You have a long-haired lady.
Oh, yeah.
Started off as water flowing.
Oh,
And turned into
I love
right.
Monique's. Monique's is beautiful.
Oh, yeah, there's a heart. And
Yeah.
there's some sort
And a flower.
of yeah. Oh, Sue, yours one is interesting too. Lots of swirling and circle going around. And Eva, it looks almost musical the way it moves.
Mm.
Yeah. And Antonia, oh, I can't see very well.
I know it's too light.
Mhm.
I noticed that I have, arms holding up in the water and like a
Mhm.
tail, like almost like a mermaid or fish tail, but of hand and arms holding up, and there's water all over the place. My pencil was a little light.
Yeah. So these are music influence you.
Yeah, you can kind of see it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I can see.
The
Yeah.
arms,
Yeah.
the funny looking arms in the water. You know how things get
Mm.
distorted in water? That's kind of what it reminds me of, the distortion underneath the waterfall or something.
Yeah.
After I did it, that's what it reminded me of.
Uh-huh.
I guess that's
Take a screenshot like we did yesterday of everybody with their pictures up.
yeah. That was fun.
I don't know if I can do it and
Yeah. I like it, Kirsty.
You get it?
lovely.
Sorry, I missed Anna, the Miriam's. Oh, thank you, Miriam. Wow, yours are really big circles together. It almost looks like in the womb with a baby.
Yes.
That's what
I see
thought.
that too. Yes.
It looks like an ultrasound scan.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm husky.
Really interesting. Oh, Anna, yours one. Lots of swirlies taking a walk. Almost looks similar to mine. Yeah, lots of swirly lines. And Georgiana, it's beautiful. You know, the drawing is not representational, but I like the atmosphere, the lines. Oh, thank you for sharing. Has anybody got something you want to share about how you felt, or did you feel anything coming up? It was such a short time, so it might be it might have been difficult.
I like the way that we can just begin and then find the inspiration after the exercise. That was really lovely. And Julia posted in the chat as well. We can take photos of our pictures and share them in the community space, which would be really
Yes, good idea.
Since we're all, we're not under any pressure to prove anything. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, let's share so that we can see
Just
these.
have a play, as you say.
Yeah.
Yes, as an artist, I have an issue trying to control all the time, but this doesn't make me free. Children drawings are amazing. It's so free and fearless. And I think Picasso said something like, what did he say? I can't remember exact quote, but he wanted to be like a child who can draw so freely. And I totally agree with that. And I think automatic drawing does help you to free up and become like a child.
That's great. Yes.
In my workshop, I also share the exercise of line contour drawing. So that involved with looking at an object, but not looking at paper, and then you draw the outlines. So that also helps you to free free up.
Noriko,
Mhm.
I do a lot of and have for years, even when I used to work, when I'd be sitting in a meeting listening to a very boring meeting, I would always be, I used to call it doodling, you know,
Yeah.
and just free, you know, just doing all kinds of things. Sometimes it'd be pictures of, you know, characters, or might even be of the speaker, you know, but a character picture of the speaker.
Of
course,
legs and weak.
Of course, I wasn't going to show them, but I used to do a lot of that. And I have in on my many years, tons of sketches and doodles and things that I've kept. And once in a while I find them again, and they make me laugh, you know, they make me smile and laugh, because I look at them and I think, oh my God, I drew that 20 years ago, 40 years ago, you know. And so it's an interesting, I love this, what you did. Reminder to do more of it. I doodle a lot. I mean, and Tango, they have different names for it now, but I do a lot of that, just in between my other art that I do, you know, when I'm doing my gourds, in between when I'm just sitting. I cannot just sit and say watch television or anything like that. I have to be doodling or drawing.
Yeah, I think a doodling, scribbling, automatic drawing, they are the same thing.
Yes, I think so too. I didn't realize it was called that, automatic drawing. Like you, I'm discovering new words for different things, but thank you.
Does anybody want to share, or do you have any questions? Yes, Julia, thank you for sharing Picasso's quote. Every child is an artist. The problem is to remain an artist once they grow up. Thank you. Thank you.
And there is one another, a little up, I posted that I found it even more interesting. It says, it took me 4 years to paint like Raphael, but a lifetime to paint like a child.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I found that it's easier for me to draw something realistic than very abstract. When it's abstract, I can't really see and draw. So it have to be, it have to come from my inner space or somewhere else. So I understand how Picasso felt.
And it sounds like life. Do you know what I mean? It's not just about automatic drawing that's about how we from childhood are kind of filled up with knowledge and conditioning, and that's lovely. And and then when we get to adulthood, we, you know, most of us now are trying to figure out how to shed all that conditioning and all of that nonsense, and just find that childlike innocence again.
Be curious and being playful. Well, I'm often well, I feel I should be doing an automatic drawing every day, but I get busy with my work, and I put it aside. So I don't, my focus is on the work that I need to deliver, and everything has control. But yeah, this makes my art rigid. So it is a good tool. Automatic drawing is a good tool to make myself more free.